Hey, Lee Wolf here, and welcome to Tech Face On. We are currently live, and I am sitting, as always, with Mr. Richie Bello. And today we have a special guest, Manojit Saha, who has more than 15 years of account management experience in the technology arena. Currently, he's the Senior Accounts Manager with Brainium Information Technologies. And our topic today is going to be a lot of issues with websites and the tech world, but we're going to be focusing quite a bit on the UI, user interface, and UX, user experience. But before we get rolling on the show, we're just going to play a quick video from our sponsor, Shop Smart Autos, on our VIN retention report.
So we all know it's commonplace in the auto industry that customers will come and then they go. But why? Was it a better price? Did they go with a different make? Is it a sales training issue? Maybe it's a marketing problem. And if you knew why, could you take back a portion of that business? First things first, you need data. And Shop Smart Autos for dealers has your solution, the VIN Retention Report. Our VIN Retention Report can give you the inside scoop on VINs you held onto and the VINs you lost. But that's not all. What if you could know where the customers and your VINs ended up? For example, if Mrs. Smith purchased a vehicle from you 2 years ago and traded that vehicle in a mile away for the same make but a newer model, why didn't she come back to you? Now with that data, you can reach out. You can target her with a service deal that brings her back into your dealership and gives her the stellar experience she's looking for, while potentially flipping her back to your sales floor for a deal she never knew she could get. That's just one way our VIN Retention Report can help. So take 15 minutes with us today, and we'll show you how the power of data can increase your ROI with the Shop Smart Autos for Dealers VIN Retention Report. Set up your appointment today.
All right, so that's our VIN retention report through Shop Smart Autos. You can find that at shopsmartautos4dealers.com. Extremely powerful tool if you want to know the VINs you lost, the VINs you kept, the ones you did lose, where they went, and how you can target them to get them back. It's an unbelievable powerful tool. I can't imagine any dealership or marketing agency that deals with dealerships not wanting to have it in their hands. So the UI and UX experience. The UI is the user interface, which creates the user experience. And recently, I went to a bank, huge bank, but I'm not going to name any names. Sat down with a salesperson. They set me up with a new account. And all I had to do was update my contact information in this website so that I can Zelle money to people easily. We sat there for 10 or 15 minutes. I couldn't figure out how to use the website properly. I was going through drop downs. It was ugly to begin with, but going through drop downs, trying to find where you change your phone number, trying to update my information. Then we went on to the app. The app had the same amount of drop downs and bouncing around, even harder to use. The salesperson didn't even know how to use the website. That user experience for me was terrible, and it made me want to look elsewhere, to be honest with you, because everything I do with banking is on the web and is on applications on my phone. So if that's going to be my experience every time I need to send someone money, wow. So now that's where someone like Manojit comes in and his company Brainium. But first, just give us a little bit about your background, how you got to here today. Let it roll.
Definitely. Thank you for the introduction. So first of all, I would like to let you know a few things about our company. So Brainium, like Brainium Information Technologies, we have been into market for almost, you can say, 20 years. As of now, we have a team size of around 250 plus employees, including our developers, our designers, project managers, and all. We have three offices in Calcutta. Okay, in eastern part of India, in Calcutta, we have three offices. Even we also have a physical office in Dubai. Okay, so mainly we are providing different services, starting from like website development, web applications development, SaaS-based web applications development, mobile applications development, all these things. Now, Lee, as you said, like you are facing a very big problem when you actually went to your bank, and the salesperson even don't know how to use the app. So that is a very big challenge. Okay, because what we feel like, when you are actually providing service to your customer, you have to give him a proper service, so that at the end of the day he will be happy. Okay, so anyone, it's not about a banking sector, it's about any sector. We should have a very good UI UX for any websites or mobile application, so that actually can make the life easy for the customer.
Yes.
Right. So what happened, like, if I talk about UI UX, means a proper UI can actually give you an idea about the whole business. So it will be easier for you to navigate the website, and ultimately, you as a customer, you can get hold of the things very easily. And as a business or owners also, or you can say a company owners also, you can get a proper conversion.
Right.
Because when you talk about UI UX, what people want, they will land on a website, they are looking for the service, what exactly they are looking for, and they can get hold of these things very easily. And
Right.
as a customer, what you, as a business owner, what you want, like, my customer will come to my site, they will spend time over site, and they can actually converted as my customer, like the visitors who are visiting my website, they can be converted as my customer. So
Yeah.
UI UX is very important. You should have a very good professional look and feel with the websites as well as the mobile applications, that can actually help to the customer as well as for your business.
Let
Right.
me engage on that a minute. So everybody says, I want traffic. I want traffic. Okay. So I give them traffic. My conversion is not there. Well, have you looked at your website? Have you given your website to an 8-year-old and is easy to navigate? The answer is no. Uh, Look at all the stuff you have. You have all this content that's graduate. Doesn't matter what you're selling, it's too difficult. Even the dental people, even the insurance people or construction people, they make it way too difficult for the content. That's people just gonna have a big bounce rate. So conversion, there's a couple of metrics. If your UI is good and your user experience is good, you got people on your Google Analytics staying there a minute and a half or 2 minutes. If your user if your UI is not good, that means your user experience is not going to be good. That means that your Google Analytics drops down.
Right.
So that's one area to talk. Now let's talk about your mobile application. Okay. Totally different UI than your website. Why? Because you got a different type of generation looking. There's a lot of technologies out there like React, Next.js, etc. So you say, I want a mobile site. Okay, here's 7,000 for a mobile site. All they're doing is mirroring it just like your website. So therefore, it's going to get confusing as if you build a real mobile app from scratch,
Right.
right? That's going to cost you 50 grand. Now you have a whole different navigation process.
Right.
Now you can navigate with that mobile app. All right. Take a company like GPT, right? Their mobile application is totally different than the website. It has different types of functionality. It's not, and that's the problem. People are charging 7, 8,000 for a mobile app, but it's mirrored. It's the same thing. It doesn't have a different type of UI. Understand who's on mobile apps more? A different generation versus a desktop, right? So that generation navigates because of perception a little bit different. So that's very, very important. So, guys, when you do a mobile app, you hire a company. This is a company to hire, by the way. They are next to none. And let me tell you, I just don't have a relationship with them 2 or 3 months. I have a relationship with this company 5 years. This gentleman, I have a relationship for 5 years. ShopSmart, at the beginning of ShopSmart, they were my technology company. As we scale, we do other things together. We have a different type of partnership level today. 5 years. So I've seen the mobile apps that they build. I've seen their conversion on websites. And it's because of that UI again. That UI is key.
Yeah.
UI equals UX, right? If that UI is good enough and strong enough, you're going to get the UX good. Therefore, your Google Analytics people staying on the page is going to get higher. The longer people stay on your website, the higher your conversion is.
Correct. Absolutely right.
That's
Absolutely
it.
right. Yep.
That's it. So, and these are the metrics. You know, if you have a good UI based on how long somebody stays and what your bounce rate is. It's right there. Data actually talks to you if you open your mind up and know the metrics you're looking at.
Right.
It's very easy to troubleshoot something and find if there's a problem. I look at websites all day long, especially at night. Let me tell you, I see a lot. I just see it. I know where the problems are right away. Look at how long somebody stays on your website 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Your bounce rate is 70%. Then I go into another website that has a bounce rate of 25%, and they're a minute and 20 seconds. So that tells you something. So then I compare them both together,
Yeah.
find out the speed, find out all that. When you have a good UI, that's what happens. And as far as SEO, what is SEO? Search engine optimization. What it does, it optimizes the audience that's currently going to your website. And that's when you have a data science team and optimize your Google Analytics. Now that speed's going to go high because Google recognizes that that's the audience. If you have a different type of audience, it ain't going to work the same, right? So when you hire White Dove Bird, that's what you get. You get knowledge. You get massive knowledge. But not only does White Dove we have teams all over the world,
Right.
in Dubai, in India, in Pakistan, in Asia, all over the world. That's what we do. Even though Pakistan is part of Asia and everything, but we got teams. What I mean, Asia's Philippines, and teams like that all over the world, because while people are sleeping, stuff happens. By the time morning breaks, everything's good.
Right.
We communicate with our teams late AM. When it comes to cybersecurity, we got one of the best teams that there is. Right, with cybersecurity, a lot of stuff happen at night only because they know that you're in the U.S. and at night, okay, they're sleeping. Okay, yeah, we're not sleeping. We'll wait awake. Right, when they are. So everybody gets hacked. The reason is we work with our teams all night to make sure that when morning breaks in the U.S., everybody's stuff is together and nice. So that's what the difference is. And when it comes to developing a website, a mobile application, or any software, there's two types. There's software that we use, but then there's software that you build for the user. That has to be important as far as dashboards and all that. That has to be simple. That has to be easy. That has to be third or fourth grade. That can't be higher than that, because some people don't have the head of technology.
Yeah.
Some people don't understand it. So when you have a tech team or a tech company developing it for you without getting an intake like we do, an intake of the customer, then we put it whatever that customer's perception is, not what our perception is.
Right.
You can't do it based on us because we have one of these heads that's crazy, right? People don't even understand us half the time. At least me, people don't even communicate with me that well, right? So they don't even understand me. So even my own team sometimes doesn't get me, right? So we have to go by that intake. So the intake process that we have is next to none. And that's why we developed that UI. That's why we have the UX together. So, and that's important for your brand. That's important for your domain. That's important for your franchise, how.
Yeah, and that's why you need experts like Brainium Information Technologies. I know that if I go to Manojit and I say I have a dentist, they need a website, they need an app, when you have 75 million senior citizens looking for a dentist and they Google the dentist and they jump on the first one they see and it's going to be Manojit's website, I know right at the top, it's going to say, make an appointment or call us,
Right.
not go to this drop down where you might find, an appointment and you might find a contact phone number and then you're losing these 75-year-old people that are like, I don't even know how to do Netflix yet. And you got me digging through a website for 20 minutes, and that's the way it should be. When I go on my bank's app, I should click account, send money, go. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Call to action is very important nowadays. Lee, what you said, if you go to a dentist website, then definitely we are first of all looking for the number. So if the
Yeah.
number is highlighted, or if there is a form like make an appointment or something like that, that
Right.
exactly a patient is looking for. So we have to make these things happen into the website, so that customer will actually get the things very easily. So
Right.
I totally agree with you. And one more thing that I would like to add, people are investing a lot of money for search engine optimization. Nowadays, digital marketing, people are spending a lot of money for getting ranking and all these things. But they actually forget about the UI UX part.
Right.
Might be by investing money on SEO, they are getting a good amount of traffic, that Richie said. A lot of traffics are coming to the website. The experts are telling you, you are getting like 1,000 visitors every day, but ultimately no conversion happen.
Yeah. No
People have
phone
to
number.
dig in. Yeah, people have to dig into it,
Yeah.
why it is happening. I am getting customers, I am getting visitors, but nothing will happen. Then there should be something wrong happen with my website.
Right.
So we have to focus on that part.
Here's the thing. So Google says blogging and content is very good for SEO. Yes, you're exactly right. But when that traffic that comes in that's interested in the product, they see a gazillion blogs, now you lose them in the blogs. Thought, build the blog network, but hide it. Hide your blog network, right? So when they key it in, the blog makes them show up, but they don't see the blog on your website, because when they see that blog on your website, I look at the exit, it's all in the blogs. There's so much. Years ago, it wasn't like that, 250 words of that, because they had to pay writers. Today they do just the AI stuff, right? The AI, so they have thousands and 1,500 and 2,000 keywords. Okay, I mean, in 2,000 words. Okay, great. But when that traffic comes, you lose them in there.
Right.
Blogs were intended for marketing. It's a marketing perspective.
Right.
Okay,
Absolutely.
it doesn't mean for you to put it out publicly, because when you put it out publicly, what you're trying to do, you did. But the difference is the conversion, you don't know what you did. You
Right.
made conversion worse, because there's so much information and it spins here,
Right.
it spins there, it spins there. You lose. It's called losing them within the content.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So Google said 4 or 5 years ago this, that, but they don't understand the process.
Right.
The regular people that don't know marketing or don't know digital marketing don't get it. You cannot have 5,000 blogs looking at you in your face,
Right.
okay? Because you're going to lose them. You hide that page, and Google indexes whether it's hidden or not. That's why you have the Google Search Console, right? You do a Google map, a site map, just on the blog network. Now we drive traffic in there, guys. We know how to do this, right? This is what we do for a living. Once they're in there, that's it. You don't have the blog where they can click. Let me see the blogs. Let me see.
Right.
Before you know it, people start with the blogs. They get bored of reading and reading and reading, and they get out of your website.
Yeah. Especially
So-
this generation of kids. They're
Yeah,
not,
absolutely.
Right. So that's the whole thing. So now you are writing blogs with AI. Let me see if I understand this. You're making those blogs publicly so they see it on your website. Very pretty with images and all that. Great. But you're writing 2,000 words. So you got 100 blogs. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to spend all the time on the blog. Then they're going to get bored and get out of your site. Oh.
Right.
Absolutely, you're
And
true.
that's what's happening. That's what's happening. There's case study out there already on this. That's what's happening. We've been watching that process happening between our eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yes, Google tells you to write blog. They just don't give you the blueprint. We have the blueprint because it's what we do for a living.
Right.
They have what they do for a living, which is the UI converting to UX and conversion. So if you are an SEO company, you want to hire this company right away. If you are any company and you want conversion, that's who you want.
Right.
UI equals great user experience, and how you know is how long they sit on that page.
Right.
Are you talking about 1.2, 1.3 minutes, or are you talking about 20 seconds?
Yeah.
And just look at your bounce rate. Is your bounce rate 45 or 50%?
Right.
Or is your bounce rate 70%? Then you got a problem.
Right.
It's very easy to figure it out. The solution is greater than any problem you have in digitally.
Yeah. Well, how many people do you think are out there? They're going to get married in 8 months or a year. They search for wedding venues near me. They get pulled in, maybe because of keywords built into blogs. They get sucked into a website, and then they say, oh, I'll sit here and read for 20 minutes. No,
Right.
They want to go to the homepage. They want to see beautiful. They want to know how much, and they want to talk to someone. And that's it. They want
That's
Call of
it.
action.
get me in,
People
get me out.
Yeah, people don't have time to read all these documents.
Right.
They are actually looking for a proper informations. Like I
Right.
just go to the gallery. If you are talking about a wedding sites, I just go to the gallery. I can see their projects, whatever they have done. I'm happy
Yeah.
with that, and I will call you and I will ask you, like, how much it will cost me for my
Yeah.
wedding. That's
Yeah.
it, my friend. Yeah.
Yep.
True,
Nice
true.
view. The food looks good. All right, let's talk.
That's it. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are so simple that it bypasses a lot of people, right? Because we overthink everything.
Yeah.
Correct.
And-
Correct, Richie.
I always say I don't get paid enough to think. I don't think. It's just my common sense coming in and telling me and looking at the data.
Right.
Looking at it. Just looking at it. Wait a minute. 75% of people are exiting my website through the blogs. Well, I have a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See.
Right? They're not even hitting anything else. 90-something% are leaving through the blog network on my website. That's an issue. And they keep doing it on and over again. Even SEO companies, even knowledgeable, you hire professionals, and they're not professionals. They drive you the traffic and then it gets lost in the blogs.
Right.
Big problem. And that's not what we do. Our thing is we drive traffic that converts. That's it. That's what our thing is with our partners, like here. That's what we do.
And you check out the website first. You take a look and analyze the website first.
Right.
Absolutely.
These SEO companies are out there, oh, for a few $100, we're going to drive traffic, and they don't even look at or make recommendations on how to up the situation, the experience.
Correct. Actually, Lee, I want to add one thing. Like, they are selling menu cards. Menu cards, like packages. But people are not thinking about website analysis. They are not thinking about computer analysis, all these things. Before you get into these things, like, get into SEO or any kind of optimizations, you first need to go through a proper analysis. This is called benchmark report. You have to thoroughly analyze your website, your competitors, your keywords. Then you have to make a proper plan. Like, this is the plan for the first 3 months or the first 6 months that I should follow, and this is the things that I can expect after 3 months.
Right.
What we need to understand, like, when people are coming to us, any customers, it could be a e-commerce site, it could be a banking site, whatever. Okay, first we need to understand what is the pain point. First, we need to figure it out, the pain point. According to that, we do a thorough analysis on the websites, his business and everything. Then we can make a plan. We need to show to them. Then after that, we need to start the optimizations. Then ultimately, we will get a better result. That is the very best thing. And we don't need to make these things very complicated. We have to make these things very simple, like Richie said, very simple, so that when the customers will come to site, they will spend time over there, and definitely we will also get a good conversion. So
Right.
we don't need to be very complicated, all these things very
Yeah.
simple, so that we can actually get the ultimate result.
Yeah, there's
So
a reason why. There's a reason
that's the
why
objective.
I shop at Amazon once a week, because I know literally within 30 seconds I could be done with the shopping experience. I know
Yes,
how to find it. I know what it's going to look like. I see, okay, it's got 4.5 reviews, 10,000 people. It's a good price. Shopping cart, purchase. It's at my door in 2 days. It's done.
absolutely,
That's it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
For
I don't need to know about the CEO.
for any e-commerce website, it is very important.
Right.
Ux part is very important, because if you have a very complicated UX experience with any e-commerce site, then ultimately you are losing your clients, you are losing your sale.
Right.
So as you said, Amazon, very simple. Like, you go to Amazon, if you are looking for a mobile phone, you can search over there, you can see multiple options, you can see the review, you can see the images, and ultimately you can just check the price, and you can go through the checkout. So
Done.
that's exactly the things a person wants.
Right.
No more complication, very simple thing, so
That's
that ultimately we are happy. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys one of our sponsors. It's for the tech world. It's a very good product. I want you to take a look at it.
Yeah. So
Now, I showed this because what do techs need? Energy. What does energy equal? Brain power, right? That's the business we're in. You know me, right? You know that 2 o'clock, all night long I'm working, and all day long I'm working. So where do I get my energy from? One of my places where I get my energy is that product there. Energy equals productivity. Productivity equals money. Okay. I'm 60 years old. A lot of folks that are my techs, and we have different companies and we work. I got about 30 groups on WhatsApp, all technologies. I need the energy to talk to him about UI. I need the energy to talk to the other guy about this. I need the energy to talk to the cybersecurity guys. I need energy, right? I need knowledge, I need enthusiasm. Okay. How do you get enthusiasm and how do you get energy? By having your brain open enough where knowledge can come in and you're learning every minute of the day. That's what this product does. So for the tech world, this product is close to none. the people that do know me, like you see at what time I start, and I keep going and going and going. I mean, I sleep like maybe 4 hours a day, maybe if I'm lucky.
Yeah, that was actually a really good show. The when we had Cell Power Sport on,
Right.
and what's cool about it is it's not only energy, but it actually boosts your body's performance, and it's on a cellular level that it starts. Pretty cool stuff.
Very interesting because the tech world is about that. You can't be like tired. You can't be tired. I mean, usually digital guys are gone by the time they're 65 or 60, you know. I keep going and going and going because I have the energy level and I find stuff that has energy.
Just checking my pulse here.
Yeah, so I have to have that energy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Lee knows the energy I got. He's with me enough that he knows, you know. I mean, for come up with products and come up with R&D, you need energy, you need brain, you know, you need stuff like that. You know, you got to be clean. You got to have your productivity up because your productivity, unfortunately, productivity has a lot to do with how much money you're making. You know, if you don't have a good productivity, you're not going to make any money. If you're like, you know, okay, you know, you got to keep going and going and going because things in digital change every hour on the hour. You know, if you look up SEO Google Core, you see a major change they just did now. You know, they do that all the time to you. You know, they're making changes all day long. So now you got to learn something new. And learning is your brain. You know, that's why when you have kids that go to school, they eat first time in the morning their cereals, they eat this, and you want to have them, you know, that kind of energy in the brain, your neutrons, you know, pretty much built to take on learning. Because if you don't learn a lot in digital marketing, you're really not gonna work, you know.
Absolutely.
So it's a very important thing. So I'm offering that to different companies in the digital platforms and technology companies. It's all about productivity. What's interesting about India is India eats for the season. So when it's raining out, they have food for the rainy season. When it's hot out, they have food for the hot season. And that's the culture. You know,
Yeah.
I've been in the Indian culture quite some time now, and I understand their culture. And they're one of the guys that have the most energy and the most health. Because if you look at it, they eat with seasons, you know, and it's very important to heal your body like that.
Yeah,
Correct.
all we have here is crap. So,
Yeah, all we have to do is
yeah, the UI experience in a supermarket is terrible because you can't find anything healthy. You have to dig and find in the corner the one healthy thing that you can eat, you know.
right.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and they actually warn you. I don't know about India, but they warn you here that when you go to the supermarket, stay on the outer perimeter of the store, because on the outer perimeter of the store, you're going to find fruit, vegetable, dairy, whole
Fish,
foods.
yeah,
Once you
correct.
go into the aisles, it's all processed garbage, which is 75-80% of the whole store.
Most of the cosmetic items and processed foods are actually in the front end, and in the back end during the checkout you can find all these chocolates, cookies, and all these things,
Yeah.
as well as fish and vegetables.
Oh man, it is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It is bad.
Yeah. So, Richie, you have any thoughts on the book that's launching here?
Oh yeah, so the book is out. We'll have it Monday, I believe. So the book, what that book is about is, made the book to give people the knowledge and all that, but the book was made for a couple of reasons.
Let data take the wheel.
Yeah, let data take the wheel. I'm gonna announce on Monday, on Game Face Monday, the company that all the profits, the gross profits, right, is going to this suicide nonprofit for veterans that helps veteran, talks to them, consults them so they don't kill themselves, because the suicide for veterans is way up. So that's one of the reasons why we did the book. And I don't have anything to market for veterans and all that. Like, I know dealers and dentists and all these people use that as a marketing perspective. I have a nonprofit for veterans for quite some time, and it's a real nonprofit. It's not an accounting practice nonprofit. It's totally nonprofit. And what we do is we help veterans. The veteran community is very important to me. So therefore, we're doing this gross profit. Everything goes to them. Every dollar we make profit goes to this nonprofit to help the veterans.
Awesome. And Manojit, was there anything else that you wanted to add before we start the wrap up here?
Nothing else. I just want people, like, they should be more active, as Richie said, like, more proactive with work, and for that we need energy. So yeah, that's all. So thank you very much for inviting me, and hopefully my inputs will give a lot of knowledge to the viewers who are watching these views or videos. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And yes, that's Manojit Saha. He is with Brainium Information Technologies. Pretty incredible company, and partnering with Richie now for 5 years. And Richie, as usual, just want to thank you for having me sitting almost next to you every week. And thank you very much, Manojit, for being on the show today.
Thank you very much.
And I want to thank you for being my partner for 5 years. Within those 4.5 or 5 years, we've grown a lot. I've learned a lot from you and from your company. And when we started, it was 100 and something employees, and now it's all over the world. And I'm very proud to be part of your growth.
Same here, Richie.
Very proud to be with you for this time, and we've done a lot together within those 4.5 or 5 years. Thank you for allowing me to be in your life.
Thank you very much. And I must believe that we can create values for each other in the long run.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Take care.